Alyssa, Arizona is a very interesting state. It went to Trump in 2016, but there's a Senate race that looks as if it will go to the Democrats, and it's considered competitive in the presidential race. Have things gone smoothly there today at the polls?
It has, actually. Phoenix, we were at the polls for most of the day today, and things were very smooth. There were bands playing, there was food being distributed, so it was smooth at the polls, and a lot is at stake as the polls have finally closed. Now, people that have gotten in line before the 7 p.m. closing are still able to cast their vote. So if they are there, they will still be able to vote tonight. And a lot of the votes here in Arizona were early votes. 4.2 million registered voters in the state of Arizona. 2.5 of them, over half, were voting early. So we'll have some results from Arizona within the hour. We might know a little bit more, both for the presidential election and potentially that Senate seat that could turn Democrat as well.
Alyssa, a Democrat presidential candidate hasn't won Arizona in more than 20 years. Why do the Democrats think that they have a chance of doing it this time?
That's right. And before that, it was 1952 that the Democrats won Arizona. So in 1996, Bill Clinton won. But besides that, this has been a very Republican or red state. Now, a lot of that goes to Latino voters. Joe Biden and his campaign are very optimistic that they do have a good chance of taking back Arizona because of that. 30% of the voters are Latino, and it's really interesting to note that even within the Latino vote, there is a split. The older generation of Latino voters are much more traditional. They are more than likely Trump supporters, whereas the younger generation, they want change, and they do want a different America, especially in Arizona. So they're more likely to be Democratic voters. So there is a bit of a complexity even within Latino voters, but the uptick of those Latino voters are what Biden is hoping will potentially change and swing the vote to Democrats in Arizona. There's also a lot of people from California have moved to Arizona, and they're bringing their Democratic votes and ideals with them. So that is another reason why the Biden campaign is hopeful that it potentially will turn tonight in Arizona.
Now, Arizona is a border state. How has the issue of immigration factored into the campaign this time?
So immigration is obviously one of the key issues here in Arizona. And again, that goes back to the Latino vote. There are a lot of younger Latinos who don't like Trump's policies about immigration. They don't like him building a wall here in Arizona. And so they're going to vote for Biden, who has obviously very different ideals and ideas around immigration here in this country. The older Latino voters, as I mentioned, will more likely vote for Trump, and immigration isn't as big of a deal for them as it is for the younger Latino voters.
Okay, Alyssa Caverley reporting for us from Phoenix. Thanks so much for that.